Hi everyone, it's BDevine and welcome to Divine Miracles. And this is the Tarot Mini forecast this week for air signs, and that is Aquarius, Gemini and Libra. And I am using this week the Green Witch Tarot to see what messages come through with these particular cards, because the different decks give different information, obviously. So when you're looking at things, we can get a more in-depth sort of picture for you guys. I'm going to do my best to try and be as in-depth as I can. And as you all know, I only really use one card, so a lot of the intuition starts to come through. I'm also going to do like an overall card for everybody, and hopefully you guys are enjoying these messages. Remember, if they don't resonate with you, that's okay. Maybe check your moon and rising signs. If you don't know how to do that, just Google what is my moon sign, and a calculator thing will come up for you, which will be cool. If you want more in-depth reading for yourself, I've got heaps of specials on at my website. Space clearing as well is a specialty via donation. So I can also do readings by donation too. So all the links are below. PayPal me is right there. So let's get started working on Aquarius first. Okay, and Aquarius is my moon sign. So I'm a Leo sun sign, Aquarius moon sign, and a Virgo rising. So that's pretty cool. Alright, so let's start. Let's see what's going to come through. I hope everyone's happy and well wherever they are. Starting with Aquarius. Okay, that's it. I've asked everybody to be here. Okay, so some of these have got different little messages on them. Okay, so this is the Lady and the Lord. So for Aquarius, this is what we know as the Lover's card. Okay, now this is the message that's coming through. There's a situation in your life at the moment, whether it has to do with love, relationships, or whether it has to do with decisions that you're trying to make, that are based on an emotional level in your life. You know, there are... Well, I need to put that down so I can talk to you. I'll just put it in front of me. How's that? Okay, so there are, you know, different circumstances surrounding your life at the moment than perhaps was there even at the end of last year. So everything's sort of shifted and changed, and you're in this new position in your life. So although you're trying to be diplomatic and you're trying to not do what you've done in the past, some of the same things are a little bit repetitive to you, and here you find yourself in a position where, you know, you need to make a pretty major decision in your life. Okay, and you do already know, the feeling that I'm getting is you do already know what you need to do or what the best course of action will be. But something inside of you is listening perhaps to the opinions of other people, or worried about, you know, stepping out into the future and making the wrong choice. So what you're doing is you're basing your actions on past decisions. Okay, so the feeling that I'm getting here is that's not a good idea. You might need to get a little bit of clarity in your life. You know, you might need to go outside in nature, go for walks, just so that you can clear and cleanse and refresh yourself. Because sometimes the way forward is not always the easiest path, and we have to be sure that we're doing everything that we want to do for ourselves. You know, we don't want to go back and do everything because someone else wants us to do it, or they expect us to behave in a certain way, or you know, they want us to do the things that they would do. You know, this is all about what you really want to do. And because it's the Lover's card, there's someone connected to this. There's someone who either, you know, is working with you on a partnership, whether it's romantically based or, you know, whatever it is for you, or they're working together as a mentor with you, and that should be the only person that you actually confide in at the moment. I'm sort of getting a sense of loyalty with this person, and you know, that you can trust that you have found the right person to help you to move forward as you make these decisions. What is really clear is that the decisions can't be the same as you have done before. Otherwise, you're just going to keep on repeating those same patterns. And the fear that you feel is always going to be, you know, our doubts and our fears are always our biggest blocks towards our abilities and understanding what we need to do and moving forward in the right direction. You know, when we doubt things or we're fearful of things, that is when it's like the brakes go on and you can't see exactly where you need to go. Okay. In finances and you know, love and relationships, as you can see, this is all very harmonious. That's the word that I'm getting. It's all harmonious. Things are coming into fruition for you, and you just need to keep that positive energy, keep that energy high, and trust that no matter what happens, that you will always be supported. And I think sometimes we fear that suddenly all this support's going to leave us, but it never does. You know, obviously the universe is always working with us. Okay, so the message for Aquarius: make the decision based on what you want to do. The people around you, or the person that you're thinking of, or the person that's on your mind, I feel is loyal and trustworthy. And it's time now that you cleanse and clear yourself, move forward fearlessly. Okay, because your fears and your doubts are blocking your forward momentum. All right, so that's the message for Aquarius, which is kind of heavy, isn't it? But I want to explain as much as I can for what I'm feeling for each person. Okay, Gemini. Okay, so this is life, love, finances, all rolled into one. Okay, Gemini. All right. Okay, Gemini. Okay, you may be feeling pretty crappy at the moment. The Five of Pentacles is your card. And as you can see, this person doesn't seem to have much, like raggedy clothes, you know, outside in the cold. Things have shifted in a new direction, and some sort of uneasiness is sitting around you. Okay. What I'm getting, and I'm going to put it this way again. What I'm getting from this card is a sense of contemplation and a sense of spiritual practices as well that you need to start to get more involved in. So something inside of you is focusing on everything that you feel that you have lost, and you know, focusing on all of these things that are lacking in your life in some way. I always feel with the Five of Coins or the Five of Pentacles, whatever it is, that, you know, the financial side of things has been slowing down or has slowed down, or maybe there's a change in job, or you know, change in circumstances that has left you feeling that little bit fearful within yourself. But I'm getting here that it's not just about this. This is about you slowing down and taking the time to appreciate, and taking the time to understand how different you are from other people, and that is okay. There's just a sense I'm getting that someone out there is feeling like they don't fit in, or they're sick of not being able to fit in, or they wish they were something else, or they wish something else would happen for them, or they wish they looked like this, or they wish they looked like that. You know, you're not actually appreciating the uniqueness of who you are. And for others, like, you know, obviously we've talked about the financial side of things, and you know, how everything may be slowing down. I just feel that when we get to a point of everything sort of slowing down, we start to work more on, you know, if we allow ourselves, we start to work more on ways in which we can increase our abundance, you know, how we can be in that manifestation flow. And the only way you can really manifest things in your life is through the emotion of joy. And, you know, when you feel that emotion of joy, then everything starts to, you know, attract you in that way. So at the moment, although you're feeling left out of a situation, maybe left out of someone's life, if this is romantically speaking, or feeling like you're uncertain about the decisions that you've made, about the people that you've been with, about your life, although you're uncertain at the moment, always remember that this is, the worst is passing you now. The worst feeling that you're in is passing, which means you've learnt something valuable here. And also perhaps you've been repeating things from the past and going around in cycles, and this is a contemplative period for you, because you have started to understand the bigger messages of the divine, and how you have repeated things, and how you have gone into situations that you knew deep inside of yourself maybe weren't actually right for you, but you've done it anyway, and out of it have gained a lot of experience. So we look at this card again. A person is sitting there very contemplative, maybe out in the cold, but there's this spiritual, beautiful light in the background. And maybe this is also showing you that for some reason you've turned your back on a lot of ways of doing things and ways of being that you used to do. And maybe this is saying it's time to now come back and, take this time that you need at the moment to sit things through and understand things. But maybe it's time to go back to the practices that you used to do, or maybe start creating some new ones for yourself. For those people with romance and things, I just feel that at the moment is not a good time to step into anything new. Just allow yourself a bit of space. Feels to me, perhaps for some of you, that there's just been some kind of break. There's just been some kind of misunderstanding, or there's been a separation of some kind. Doesn't always have to be a big breakup, but something has pulled you away from the heart space of another person. So don't rush back into this until you have understood fully why this has taken place and why you've been attracting this kind of situation into your life. Okay, but I feel from now, if you contemplate things and think about things, then everything will start to pick up again in your life, and you'll start noticing that people start coming from everywhere to help and assist you. Just don't let yourself overthink about the lack. Try your hardest, keep saying to yourself everything's working out perfectly with divine timing for everybody involved. Okay, and that may be an affirmation that you can use to shut your mind off when it starts going like this. Okay, so a good message for Gemini, and perhaps maybe for all of us really. And now for Libra, let's see what comes through, and I'll do an overall message for air. Libra. Okay, Libra. Libra is the Lord of Shadows. It's hard to read. When I look down, I'm not reading a book, I'm looking at the screen. What it's saying on the screen down here. The Lord of Shadows. And this traditionally would be the Death card on, in normal, in traditional tarot, okay? And whenever we see the Death card or the Lord of Shadows, it means that something has completely come to an end. But I always feel that we've stepped over something as well. Like maybe you have dodged something in your life. Maybe you have made a transition in your life. This is life in general. A transition in your life to something new. And maybe this is something bigger than you ever imagined for yourself. For a time now, there has been signs that something different is coming, and perhaps you could never have imagined just what that is. Maybe you're still going through that. How you feel sometimes you're sitting on the edge of your seat and you're feeling excited without realizing or knowing why, and this is where you are at the moment. I also feel with this card that it's a hello from the other side of the veil for you. Some people have been going through quite a lot of grief lately, but you're getting signs, you know, that you are loved, cared and supported, and that, you know, try not to focus on all the things that you feel that you may have done that has upset this person that passed over, because that's not what they see in you ever, you know, and that's not what they see in you, especially now if they're transitioning. But there's a sense of comfort coming to you. Those are for people who have been going through this. I also feel in general, like if we're talking about financial situations, that you're done with the way things were before, and you have created or generated something for yourself, maybe without even realizing that you've done it yet. You have generated something for yourself that is long lasting, and never again are you going to have to go through those same worrisome times and, you know, stressful moments, because something inside of you has learned how to step over the ways of the past and the way that you've always done things, you know, and allowed yourself to grow more than you're actually giving yourself credit for, you know. Things are going to start going up now if you let them. Okay, just remember that, you know, we can always go back into a situation with the way that we think, you know, using our brain, we go backwards. We don't want to do that. And you need to understand too, if there's been a situation in love and romance for you that may have recently come to an end or gone through a change, or there's been some kind of shift in the way that you're feeling, know that this has also been very orchestrated for your life. Maybe somewhere inside of you you've said, I really want something to change. I want something new. I want something spontaneous. I want something exciting. And I want something balanced, because, you know, you guys are Libra. You need that. And maybe whatever was going on before wasn't right. But since there's been a change in who you are and how you feel and what you're doing, you're bringing into your life a newness, whether that's with the partner that you're with now or with someone new. You know, there's something new and exciting just on the edge, ready to unfold in your life. And you need to be really proud of yourself for how far you've come, you know, under extreme circumstances for many of you, to shift your life so completely. You know, it's almost like you're saying, yes, you know, I was going to say something then, but it was like, yeah, you know, ha ha, I've done it. I've done it, even though all you all thought I was going to fail, you know. I have done it, and you should feel proud of yourself for the amazing job you've done and the way in which you are now going to be able to teach other people the ways, how you did it, you know, how you've succeeded, how you've managed to navigate your way through circumstances without allowing everything to pile on top of you. I'm also getting the abilities here really going through a resurgence, and when that happens, remember that your sensitivity levels, maybe to food or you know, other people's crap or whatever it is, you know, you've got to watch your energy space and make sure you're looking after it, because you tend to be more sensitive whenever we're going through an upgrade. So really good news, like air signs, you guys are going through some incredible challenging times, but changes in your life as well. But let's have a look what we get overall for everybody. And this, these cards have really bent in the heat. We got the Two of Swords. Now, Athamates is which they call it here. But you know, in other decks, sometimes the Two of Swords has like someone that's blindfolded. And here we get to see a different view of this. There's a situation brewing here for you air signs. There's somebody that perhaps you feel has misled you in some way or has upset you in some way, and you are starting to uncover a lot of the truths in your life, you know. You also are starting to realize that you have infinite potential, potential around you and within you. And it's starting to get to a point where you are seeing through all the illusions, you know, all of the, you know, people who say those little things to irritate you and annoy you. You're seeing through what they're really doing, and that is they've tried to sort of trip you up along your way. And for instance, with this situation here, there's someone that you worked together with before, or you know, is close to you in some way, and you're just calling them out on their behavior because you've gone through so much in order to change and lift your life, that you don't want to have anything that is not pure with you or around you. You know, you're seeing past the illusions, you're seeing past outward appearances and looking right into the true soul of a person. And because of this, the people who are around you are going to notice a change in you, and the ones that really love you will be happy for you. Okay, the ones that have only been there to see what they can get will most probably walk away. And this is what's needed for you in your life, so that you can shift more freely into your future. Okay, there's a sense of achievement and accomplishment for all of the air signs, even if there's a bit of a phase where there's a lull in activity, but it's just about to kick in again. So hang in there. Okay, so air signs, I hope that you enjoyed your message. Don't forget, for deeper readings, you can always go to my website. It's very easy to navigate nowadays, and just check out one of my readings there, and that will be more for you. Okay, and until the next time, wishing you every happiness, and goodbye for now. Bye.